What's good, YouTube? We out and about, trying to get out of the house. It's a nice day outside. No need to be staying in the house all day. But we're about to have some tacos and conversation. And today's conversation is about this movie on All Black called Family Portrait. Now, the movie star, um, this lady just came in and just stand there at the table instead of waiting for somebody to see her. I don't know. People are weird. Anyway, what's good, y'all? So, like I was saying, we are here today for some tacos and conversation about this movie I watched today on the All Black channel called Family Portrait. The movie stars Jason Mitchell, most famous for playing Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton, also playing Brandon on The Chi. The other actor, I don't know his name, but he played on Being Mary Jane. He played Mary Jane's or Gabrielle Union character on that show. He played her youngest brother, PJ. So started them. What's his name? Lawrence Hilton or Lance Hilton Jacobs. He played Cochise in Cooley High. He also played Joe Jackson in The Jacksons and the All-American Dream. He played their father. They were two brothers. They had an architectural, I think it was an architectural company. The father started a business or whatever, but at the beginning of the movie, the father dies. And the way the father died, I was just like, that lady, I said something happening. Because it was like they was at a party celebrating something. And the father was off to the side. When the movie starts, we see this young lady, she talking to Jason Mitchell. And she's showing that she interested. But I'm like, well, what's the... Because I read the little description, and it was like that it's gonna be a lady that gonna come between them, and but she got a secret. I'm like, okay. So I'm guessing that the young lady that's talking to Jason is the one that's gonna come between him and his brother. So the party goes on. We see the father. He takes a drink from some woman, got a blonde wig on, whole face covered, and she got like it's giving burlesque, the outfit that she has on, right? He takes that shot from her, goes over to the boys. They talk and they hugging and everything, and next thing you know, they pose for a photo, and the father just like doubles over and falls and dies. Thank you. I said hard.
Oh, crispy.
They made my order wrong. So the father falls over and dies, right? Then the movie picks up 1 year later. The two brothers are still running the company. The oldest brother had a sexual harassment lawsuit or something to that effect, because he started sleeping with somebody that worked for them and called it quits. I guess the woman didn't take too kind to her, so they need to hire another office manager. This woman comes in and interviews for the job, and they give her the job. And Jason Mitchell's character, his name was Alan. He's the one that's there to actually do the interview and stuff, because the older brother, his name was Marty/Martin. He was like hanging out and everything like that, wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. He was a playboy. Jason Mitchell takes a liking to this woman, hires her, and he's we get a scene with him. Thank you. We get a scene with him at his place. And the same young lady that was at that party is talking to him. She at his place with him. Apparently he goes to some kind of meetings. And she basically lets him know that she's interested in him. But he tell her he got eyes for the lady he hired, because a little time has passed since the lady been working in it, and things have been going good. So much so that this prospective client of theirs comes to the office, and he comes over to her real happy, and Martin catches her, and you can tell she felt uncomfortable. So he basically saved her from that, and she takes a liking to it. So lo and behold, Martin has to go to Africa for business, and he decides to take the lady, the new office manager. So as I was saying, Martin takes the office manager with him on the business trip, trying to basically telling her it'll give you a chance to get a breath of fresh air. She's not falling for his charms the way the previous women had. Also, she has a conversation with Alan, who's played by Jason Mitchell. He kind of wants her to say his brother's a player and that stuff like that. Like he throwing salt in the game, so to speak, because he got a crush on this woman. Because again, when he was at his house, and the young lady that was there talking to him that they goes to meetings with, she basically told him that she was interested in him. But he said no, he got somebody. He made it seem like him and this lady been dating. And I'm like, what in the delusion is this? Because y'all not dating. She heads on over to Africa. They get there, they're having a good time, they're having these business meetings and things like that. And before she goes to Africa, she had asked Alan, no, she got to Africa, and she had asked Alan to do a couple things for her house, like, if I give you the code, can you log into my cameras and make sure things are good and all that kind of stuff like that. And I'm like, why are you asking him to do all these things, right? So she over there in Africa, her and wherever club or wherever they at, her and Martin, they've been drinking. She prays like she's so drunk. He walk her back to her room. She tells him to come inside the room. And the whole time, no, not the whole time. At some point, Alan contacts her about the cameras. He logged in, and I guess he was just calling to give her an update. But when his brother came into view, he kind of had an attitude. So then we see him like hang up and getting pissed and hitting himself upside the head. I'm like, what is going on here? So you stalking this lady? You really got in your mind that this is your woman? And all you did was hire the lady? Lo and behold, they get back to America. They decide they're going to start dating. That's Martin and the lady. I can't remember what her character name was. Angela. And it was just like, it kept hitting me like, I said, something is up with her. I couldn't put my finger on it. I said, it's either something up with her or something up with the woman that Alan was friends with that, like, told him that she was interested in him. And he couldn't believe she was interested in him because his character was like a nerd, a geek. Basically, like, you know, the man that's so spoken that you just, they are non-existent to you until you need some kind of tech support, basically. That's what he was giving. But anyway, I said, something up with this woman, something ain't right, because she kept saying, when Martin had told her it was the anniversary of their dad's death, like the week before, and stuff like that, and some other things, she was like, my dad's birthday this month too. And I'm like, so time go on, and they dating. They dating. Alan throws salt on Martin's game one more time, trying to get her not to be serious about him, that he don't take no woman seriously. And next thing you know, he rents out somewhere and get the chef to cook for her, and they have a nice time. He give her a piece of jewelry or something. And next thing you know, they end up at her place. Alan is looking at the cameras. They come in. He said he wanted a drink. She said, okay, it's some tequila in the fridge. She goes in her bathroom to change, get more comfortable. He takes a shot of the tequila, comes back to the room. Sits on the bed, and she comes out. And of course, you know they playing with the lighting, with the shadows and stuff like that. She got something sexy on, you know, like garter belt, stockings, heels. And Alan is over there at his place having all kinds of connections, because them two about to do it. He's sending text messages to Martin from somebody else that worked at the office. No, he's sending texts to Martin from that girl that left the job because of the sexual harassment or whatever. But he's not getting them. He's not paying attention. Like, the phone is on the floor next to the bed. They doing what they doing. And he's sitting there like, how is you sitting here watching your brother do it? I'm like, what is wrong with you, sir? How about, I mean, he's really over there having connections, really going through it. And they do it. And, like, it's a nice little scene that they put together. Next thing you know, it's the next day in the office. He comes in. Him and Martin are in front of each other. Wait a minute, no. First, Martin wakes up. He calls that young lady, like, why are you sending me naked pictures? Why are you sending me these pictures? She was like, I didn't send you nothing. And that restraining order is still in place, like, stay away from me. So he like, well, who would do that? So some kind of way, Martin goes and is able to log into Alan's computer or his laptop. And that's when he saw that the messages originated from Alan's laptop. And he went and confronted him, like, what is wrong with you? And he was like, because that's my woman. You gotta have all the women. And you gonna play her, you gonna end up breaking up her anyway. All this and that. They get to arguing. She comes in. It's like, what's going on? And they arguing back and forth, and then they start to fight. And he pulls out the gun. They tussle over the gun. Alan ends up shooting Martin, because Alan pulled out that gun. He ends up shooting Martin. Martin backed up, slid back on the floor. And he like, oh my God, I ain't mean it. Or whatever. It's like instant regret, like, it wasn't that serious for me to shoot you. Next thing you know, she talks to, the lady, Angela talks to Alan. She ain't never called 911 or nothing. Nobody in the office calls 911 for help for Martin. Martin dies in Alan's arms. And then that's when Angela tells her story. They had the same father. So you just willingly had sex with your own brother. for some revenge. You committed incest for revenge. All black, and whoever had a hand in producing this and bringing this to us. What in the Tyler Perry hell was this? This woman says her mother told her for a long time that her father died, that he committed suicide or something. Then at some point the mother tells her the truth. The mother leaves her house and all that kind of stuff. The mother tells her the truth that she had an affair with this man. They had produced a child, which was her. She's the youngest child. The father couldn't come and do all these different things for her because he was in love with his wife and he wanted things to work with his wife. So you know what this lady did? It came out that the mother was depressed and supposedly took herself out. And then it said something like hit and run accident. Whole time, she was the reason. She was the person that was driving and hit the mother or whatever. So she took the mother out. Whatever she gave the father at the party the year before, she was the one in that fucking mask and that whole burlesque outfit. She gave him something so he could die. She poisoned him or did something. Maybe she gave him some kind of poison that made him have a heart attack or a stroke and he went out. So she telling Alan all this, like, that was our father. And after she tells him all this, she says, so I know about your medicine and the meds you on for your depression and different things or whatever that you got going on. So go ahead and put the gun. You done took your father's gun, brother gone. And he said, because she said our family business. He said our family. And then that's when she went into the fact that she was actually the assistant. So anyway, she took the gun and put it under his chin and had him holding it like, yeah, go ahead, do it. Do it. And next thing you know is boom, the gun goes off. He did. And then it picks up, it says 1 year later, she coming in the office like the boss lady she is. She got her feet up on the desk and all this. Now she running the company. After everybody died, she got the company. And then she get a phone call from the receptionist and says, some lady is here to see you. The lady comes in, sits at the desk, sits across from her, and it's the same girl that was talking to Alan and was telling Alan that she liked him. And she just looks at her, and they just look at each other, and then the movie goes off. What are we supposed to get from that ending? That girl was in on it with her the whole time? That girl was her daughter? That girl was another sister? That she wasn't actually their sister? That the girl was actually their sister? And she was just acting like this was revenge and she was helping the girl out? Like, I don't get it. And I don't want to waste time watching it again because it was just like, what? Like, what in the Tyler Perry incest hell was that? Anyway, that was The Family Portrait. Again, it's a movie on All Black. The All Black channel. If y'all have All Black or signed up for it, you can check it out if you want, if you wish. But, and side note, the one who played Angela, which was, I keep saying the lady, she looked just like Tokyo Toni to me. She was giving Tokyo Toni all day. If Tokyo Toni could act a little bit and got a chance to be in a movie, that's what she was giving. And side note, one more thing. I noticed on TV, all the seasons of Bad Girls Club is on TV. I wish TV could get the rights to MTV shows because I want to watch all the old seasons of Road Rules and The Real World. Like they got, like you can see the challenge on Paramount Plus, but it's some seasons that's not on there that you can't see. And they played that one season. Remember when The Real World went back to New York I think it was the 10th season they went back to New York. It was the season with Coral, um, Mike the Fizz, I can't think of the guy. He had a fro. He had freckles. He was biracial. Then there was that girl that was on there. Was her name Danielle or whatever? She was in love with this guy from her city, and he came out there to New York to see her, and he finally had sex with her. She was so pressed over him, but he was definitely not that into her. I want to see that season again, and I was never able to go back and watch it. So I want them to put all the seasons of the Real World on something, on some streaming platform that we can go back and watch it. And they shouldn't even be charging us for it because you ain't paying the people that was on the shows. Remember when they signed contracts to be on your show, they signed for in perpetuity, meaning that they can never get no money except for the money that they get while they in there filming the show in that moment. They can't get any residuals or anything like that. So why are you charging us for it? Put the Real World all the old seasons and all the old challenge seasons, because on Paramount Plus, the old seasons of the challenge, I think it don't start till challenge season 12. Like, they don't have the Real World versus World Rules challenge episodes on there, seasons on there. They don't have when it was the men versus women season and all that kind of stuff. Like, they need to put the old seasons of the challenge on there, like the old, from when they first started doing it, all the way through to where it is now. And they also need to put all the seasons of the Real World on there, all the seasons of World Rules on there. That's what I hope. But bye, y'all. I see y'all next time. Peace.